68-year-old Martha stared at her broken bakery oven with tears in her eyes. But what happened when 9-year-old Lily peeked through her shop window would restore her faith in humanity. Martha Wilson wiped floor-dusted hands on her apron, staring at the cold metal beast dominating her small bakery kitchen. The 40-year-old oven, her last connection to late husband Henry, had finally died. At 68, the widow stood trembling before the malfunctioning control panel, her morning cinnamon rolls half risen in their pans. "Not now," she whispered, fingers tracing Henry's faded handwriting on the maintenance log. Across the street, the clock tower struck 6 o'clock and the exact time her regulars would start lining up for their Friday treats. Tears blurred her vision as she lifted the phone to cancel the day's orders. Through the bakery's lace curtains, 9-year-old Lily Martinez paused her scooter ride to school. She'd watched Miss Martha through this window for years, admiring how the silver-haired baker always smiled while frosting cupcakes. But today, the woman's shoulders shook with quiet sobs. Lily pressed her nose against the glass just as Martha's trembling hands failed to catch her favorite mixing bowl. The crash brought Martha to her knees amidst ceramic shards and spilled batter. Without thinking, Lily raced inside, her pink backpack bouncing. "Miss Martha, let me help." She knelt beside the weeping woman, carefully gathering broken pieces. Martha tried to wave her off, but Lily insisted. "My abuelita says baking problems need extra hands." When Martha explained about the oven, Lily's eyes lit up. "My grandpa fixes things. He's an electrician." Before Martha could protest, the girl was dialing with floor-coated fingers. 20 minutes later, Carlos Martinez arrived with his toolbox, still wearing his pajama pants under his work jacket. Lily's excited chatter about the best cookies in town had convinced him to skip breakfast. Martha watched nervously as Carlos examined the vintage oven, his weathered hand stilled when he found Henry's maintenance notes tucked inside the control panel. "Your husband kept good records," he said softly. Martha's breath caught. He promised this oven would outlive us both." Carlos met her tear-filled eyes. "With your permission, I'd like to keep that promise." Carlos worked through the morning, his tools linking rhythmically as Martha and Lily sat at the bakery's small corner table. Between failed attempts to revive the oven, Carlos heard Lily's excited whispers. "Miss Martha could use your food truck, Grandpa, the yellow one parked in our driveway." Martha protested. "Oh no, dear, I couldn't possibly." But Carlos emerged from behind the oven, wiping grease from his hands. "Lily's right, that truck's just collecting dust since I retired." He described the fully equipped mobile kitchen with twin convection ovens, a pandemic purchase he'd never used. "We could park it right outside," Lily pleaded, bouncing in her seat. "All the customers would see it." Martha twisted her wedding ring anxiously. "I can't accept such generosity." Carlos knelt beside her chair, his kind eyes level with hers. "My Rosa loved your lemon tarts. Let me honor her memory this way." At 3 p.m., the bright yellow truck sat curbside, its serving window propped open. Lily stood proudly with a outboard sign, "Martha's Mobile Bakery now with wheels." Regulars marveled at the setup, especially when they spotted Carlos inside, dutifully rotating cookie sheets while Lily handled payments. As the last customer left, Martha stared at the day's earnings in disbelief. This is more than I'd make in a week." Lily grinned, sprinkling leftover rainbow sprinkles into her milk. "Know what's better than one bakery? Two bakeries." Carlos chuckled, but Martha saw the thoughtful look he gave his granddaughter. Later, as they cleaned up, Carlos hesitated before asking, "Would you consider a partnership?" He gestured to his truck and Martha's shop. "Lily's right, together we could reach the whole neighborhood." 3 days into their mobile bakery venture, Martha discovered Carlos' secret. While searching his toolbox for a spatula, she found a faded photograph tucked beneath the wrench as a younger Carlos standing proudly beside his own bakery truck. Martinez's pandals painted brightly on the side. Confronted, Carlos sighed and confessed, "I owned a bakery in Mexico City before coming here, after Rosa died." The memories. Martha gently pressed his hand. That afternoon, she surprised Carlos by reviving his old recipes. Soon, the truck's menu featured both Martha's cinnamon rolls and Carlos Ona's. Neighborhood children flocked to the window, enchanted by Lily's joyful explanations of both traditions. But the biggest surprise came when Martha secretly contacted Carlos' estranged son. "Your father has something to show you," she'd written. On Sunday morning, as Carlos prepared his signature pan de muerto, a familiar voice called, "Papa." The flour flew as Carlos spun to see his son David standing in the doorway, Lily grinning triumphantly behind him. The embrace that followed left dustings of flour on both men's shoulders. Later, over café de cola, David marveled at how Martha had restored his father's spirit. "I haven't seen him this happy since Mama passed." Martha smiled, watching Carlos teach Lily to braid bread dough. "He's done the same for me." Spring arrived, and with it, a new dimension to the bakery partnership. Carlos noticed Martha's lingering glances at the empty flour boxes outside her shop. One rainy April morning, he arrived with bags of soil and colorful seedlings. "For our customers to enjoy while they wait," he explained. Soon, Martha's bakery became the town's most fragrant corner, with Lily carefully tending blooms that matched their baked goods, lavender beside the lemon bars, marigolds near the pandulls. Their most popular creation emerged by accident when Martha garnished a cake with edible flowers from their garden. The Flower Power special became a sensation, featured in local newspapers. As their fame grew, so did their little family. David began helping on weekends, his tech skills building them an online ordering system. One evening, while deadheading roses together, Carlos shyly presented Martha with a single golden bloom. "You've brought color back into my world," he murmured. Martha's hands trembled as she tucked the flower behind her ear. "We make a good team," she replied, her smile brighter than the spring sunshine. That night, Lily drew a picture for school showing 4 people under a bakery sign that read Martinez Wilson, her vision for their future. On their 1-year partnership anniversary, the bakery hosted an unexpected celebration. Martha stepped into a shop transformed by flowers and twinkling lights. With every customer holding a single rose, at the counter stood Carlos, David and Lily, all wearing matching aprons bearing their new joint logo. "We have a proposal," Carlos announced, his voice shaking slightly. He gestured to the vintage oven, now fully restored and gleaming. "This brought us together, but this," he opened a small box revealing a sparkling ring nestled beside a golden key, "is for building our future." Tears streamed down Martha's face as Lily explained. "The keys for our new shop. Grandpa bought the building next door." The crowd cheered as Martha embraced Carlos, their flour-dusted hands clasped together. 3 months later, the adjacent wall came down, creating Sweet Beginnings Bakery Garden, part bakery, part floral shop, and wholly their dream. In the display window, 2 framed photos watched over their success, Henry smiling beside his beloved oven, and Rosa holding a tray of conchas. On opening day, as Martha arranged sunflowers and Carlos pulled fresh bread from the oven, Lily tugged their aprons. "Don't forget our secret ingredient," she reminded. Together, the newly engaged couple sprinkled cinnamon and love into every batch, passing their blended family traditions to delighted customers and to each other.